Senator Elizabeth Warren has proposed breaking up big tech companies. Is that something that you would support?
Well, there are absolutely excesses in technology, and it's also the case that our antitrust regime does not make any sense because it's trying to prevent price gouging, and that's not the way these technology companies are competing.
Right.
So there are times when it would make sense to have some of the tech companies divest parts of their business. That's the case. But this is
are you talking specifically about Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram?
So Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram is one case where I believe it might make sense. Amazon having their own, like Amazon should not be advantaging their own private label goods like on their own platform, so that makes sense. But this is not an environment where you can have a 20th century solution to 21st century problems and expect it to work. And here's what I mean. The 20th century solution is break them up, make them compete against each other. But no one wants to use the fourth best navigation app. No one is binging anything anymore. And it's not like there are just natural dynamics where competition is not always the answer.
Yeah.
And also competition would not address some of the fundamental problems. Like if you look at Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, to me one of the fundamental problems is that our social media apps are causing higher levels of depression and anxiety among teenagers, and breaking up the apps into separate companies does nothing to change that.
Right. So how do you change that?
I'm proposing you create a new department of the attention economy that then gets into the guts of the social media apps and tries to counterbalance their engagement and interactivity incentives, which are tied to their quarterly earnings. So obviously they're just going to rev it up. And my friend Tristan Harris in Silicon Valley, who's a design ethicist, said it best. He said, we have some of the smartest engineers in the country turning supercomputers into slot machines and dopamine delivery devices for teenagers. And that's their incentive. That's what they get paid millions of dollars to do. So there needs to be some kind of counterweight that looks out for our kids as a parent.
I mean, Apple suppresses apps that would help you monitor your kids' screen time as one example. I mean, just on a personal level, you are a father, you have kids. How much screen time do you let your kids have? Like, what's your policy in the house?
You know, it's unfortunate because my kids love those screens. And then,
mine do too.
Yeah, no, it's tough. And then my household too, it's hard to be like, hey, no screen time, and then bust out your smartphone and
be like, let me check Twitter. Yeah.
I know. It's like, oh, I guess this is the way it's going to go. And then in my case, I'm just like, well, let's just at least get them outside and push them into the sunlight, to make me feel like it's better. But parents are very much outgunned by the screens and what's happening, and saying it's like, oh, it's up to the parents. Like, are you kidding me? I mean, you have like billion-dollar companies and like smartest people in the world just trying to.
Algorithm.
The algorithm is going to get the better of us. So we have to try and put humanity first, as they'd say. Build an economy that works for us, and that includes protecting our kids from the impact of some of these apps.